Like we always do about this time.
My brother. Salute to the guys.
Good evening. My name is Divested Witch, and I would like to talk about the things I wished I was told as a young divester. I made a lot of mistakes in my divested journey that I do not want you to make. So pay very close attention. One of these mistakes that I made was entertaining liberal white men who had no intentions on making me a girlfriend or a wife. Stop thinking that just because these men want to sleep with you, that somehow means that they love you and respect you, and that you have importance in their lives. If these type of men really loved you, they would want the entire world to know that you are theirs, that you belong to them, and that you are a part of their lives. They're not going to be sitting up in here calling you at all weird hours of the day and night for quick hookups. They're not going to be sitting up in here saying they want a no strings attached, no label attached type situationship. These are the type of white men that don't want anyone to know that they're sleeping with you. Okay? These are the type of white men who will make a white woman a girlfriend, but not you. And normally, they're stringing along the girlfriend. Because the white girlfriend, she don't want to be a girlfriend forever. She wants to be a wife. There's no honor in being a girlfriend for the rest of your life. But these type of white men will string them along as well. All right. These are the type of white men who do not like labels in their relationship so they can sleep with whoever they want and not be held accountable for their actions. These are the type of white men who will take you out on a date, but you're never going to be around their family and close circle of friends. So it's important to learn how to identify these type of white men and avoid them at all costs. And it will save you a lot of heartache and pain in the long run. So I grew up in a conservative Christian background with both parents married for over 50 years. So I always seen and had a great example of that family structure. And I knew that eventually that is what I wanted for myself. But growing up, I wasn't thinking about marriage. I just wanted to have fun. I was young, hanging out with my friends. Being that I am from the country, I was always doing outdoor stuff, four-wheeling, horseback riding, you name it. I was doing it, fishing every day. Okay, that was my life for a long, long time. All right. And of course, when you are a black woman who is from the country, all eyes are going to be on you, especially from white men. I've always got hit on by white men. White men were the ones telling me how beautiful I looked, how exotic I looked. Okay. So I always dated white men growing up. It was no secret in my school that I had a preference. All right. Everyone knew that I only dated non-black men, and nobody gave me any issues over it either. So it seems like men tend to pop up in your life when you're not even looking for them, because that's exactly what happened to me when I was 16 years old. When I was still in high school, only 16 years old, I fell head over heels in love with this 24-year-old liberal white male. Brandon was very tall, dark, and handsome. He had the sexiest smile, big, pretty brown eyes, like puppy dog eyes. So when he looked at you and smiled, it was completely disarming. Like, you felt safe. You felt comforted. Like, his energy and his aura is that of a very laid back, calm, relaxed, happy-go-lucky type guy. That is his disposition, and pretty much like any guy would want this guy as a friend, or any woman would want to sleep with this guy or marry this guy. Like, he is literally perfect. Like, I really don't have any complaints about him other than him not wanting to get married. I think that was very, very big issue for me because I knew that I wanted to get married. Also, him not wanting labels. That really bothered me as well. So I stepped into this situationship fully aware of what he wanted. Okay. Brandon let me know from the start that he was a type of man that did not like labels. He didn't like the label of a girlfriend or a wife. He was not interested in being anyone's boyfriend. He certainly didn't want to be someone's husband, and he didn't want to be tied down with kids. Brandon was a type of man that made himself very clear that he was looking for something casual, okay? So I went into this situation knowing full well what I was walking into, knowing full well what I was walking into. All right? If you're not guarding your body, your mind, your soul when you're dealing with these type of men, and you get attached to him, and he's letting you know who he is, you are in deep trouble. Don't ever let these men try to convince you that being in an open relationship is natural. It's not natural at all. Okay? Women do not want to share their men, knowing full well what I was walking into, knowing full well what I was walking into, with other women. They want all of that man to herself. I want all of that man to myself, and I want all of his resources to me only. To me only. Yes, I am very
possessive.
And when I have sex with a man over and over and over and over again, I grow attached. You absolutely right, I do. And I don't want to share my man with other women. Okay? Do not get conned and tricked into thinking that having an open relationship is normal and natural. There's nothing natural about it. Okay? Knowing full well what I was walking into. And I was very ill-equipped for this situation. And I thought I was going to walk into this situation, have sex with him, and enjoy it. And for the most part, that's how it went. But as the time grew on, I was growing more and more attached to Brandon. Over and over and over and over again.
Biatch.
And I knew it. And it made me feel empty on the inside because I knew that I would never be Brandon's girlfriend. I never be Brandon's girlfriend. I knew that this man would never make me a wife. I would never have kids with this person. So I definitely settled when I got with Brandon because I knew deep down that I wanted a boyfriend. I knew deep down that eventually I would want to get married. Okay? Who doesn't want this? I think women need to stop lying to themselves and stop acting like being in these open relationships is normal and natural because it is neither. Okay? Knowing full well what I was walking into. Men of good character are able to commit to one woman, not sit up here and stick their dick into anybody they want. It's called self-control. That's what separates animals from humans. It's because humans have self-control. And I think that if you need to sleep with multiple people in order to feel complete or satisfied, then you just need to be single. Knowing full well what I was walking into. Why are you all in these situationships and you're sneaking around and doing all this sneaky stuff when you can just be single and do whatever the fuck you want and then nobody gets hurt? Okay? But these friends with benefits type relationship only benefits one person, and it's always the man, because women, we get attached when we have sex with men. All right? And to sit up here and lie to yourself and go, well, I can have an open relationship and I'm not going to, or whatever. Okay, you can keep lying to yourself. You can keep trying to suppress your natural instincts and how you feel about this. You know you don't want this man sleeping with other women. You know you don't want this man giving another woman a title that you want. As months went by, I noticed no real changes in our situationship. I was hoping that the great sex would change his mind and make over and over and over and over again. Make him wake up and realize that I'm the only woman that should be in his life. And that never happened, okay? Now, Brandon did invite me to one family outing. So I did get to meet his family, but I don't think he was really introducing me as his girlfriend. I did not get that vibe whatsoever. So it just made me feel even more emptier on the inside that I was never going to break past this wall.
I was never going to break past this wall.
I was never going to move to the next level. Okay? And also, I learned some pretty shocking news about Brandon, that Brandon actually already has a girlfriend. So Brandon had this long-suffering girlfriend who was very pretty. She had long blonde hair, big blue eyes, all American-looking white girl. She was very attractive. And according to his friends, she was Brandon's long-suffering girlfriend. And once I found out about this, I was devastated. I thought to myself, well, I see that she is good enough to get the title of a girlfriend, but not me. And that was very damaging to my self-esteem. But that is why I cannot stand these liberal white men. So I confronted Brandon and we had a blowout, explosive fight. And his anger really shocked me because I was like, I feel used
Over and over and over and over again.
knowing full well what I was walking into. And he just cuts me off and said,
You knew what this was before you started sleeping with me.
and you knew that I didn't like titles. And I told him, well, you clearly like titles. You gave one to your white girlfriend. All right, which shocked him. You know what I mean? So we was arguing back and forth, and I let Brandon know that I was no longer going to be available to him. I told him I deserve better than you. I deserve better than what you've been offering. And one day I'm going to be a bride to a man that you cannot compare to. And those were my final words to him. And we never spoke again.
My brother, salute to the guys.